I'm always writing in my head, probably like a lot of writers, because I see things as stories and I see things as anecdotes. And then as a writer, I'm probably not the only one, obviously, that you become a magnet for odd occurrences. So strange things keep happening to me, like you'll never believe what this just happened. Or I'm in the elevator and somebody says something and I write it down, I put it, on Facebook or somewhere so I don't forget it, I write it down in my journal. But mostly I was thinking, because of these incidents, because of the way that they occur, they keep me in the flow, and maybe I don't have time to write a whole book on it now, but I just keep making notes, and then I have files of these notes, which I'm hoping will turn into stories. And one of those in particular that struck me after I read your question, just to give you an example, I had just moved to San Francisco a few years ago, or a long time now, I guess, like 13 years ago, and I didn't know very many people, and I became friends with the people downstairs. And the people downstairs were kind of like these bohemian drug addicts, and they're a couple. And the man he looked homeless, like when he'd be strolling out in the street, and he was on disability, and he was a brilliant artist, and he had these beautiful paintings, gorgeous. And he told me that he had been a chef, and he had been a butcher, and he said, and I can make you a turkey dinner like you wouldn't believe. And they said, we really want you to come and be our guest at our Thanksgiving dinner. So Thanksgiving morning, like around 4 o'clock in the morning, he suddenly had a heart attack, and I ended up at the hospital with his soon-to-be widow, with her crying, and we're wondering what's going on. Then eventually we're told that he's dead, and one of the other neighbors shows up, and we're sitting in the cafeteria, and she's doing this monologue, like she's very nervous, and she's telling me like this long monologue, which I wrote down because she was so upset, but she was telling me a monologue about her life and her anxieties. And then after it was all over, the following week, I made up flyers and approached cafe owners in the neighborhood, in the San Francisco hip neighborhood, where they would put paintings up and stuff, and said, this man just died, and he left this beautiful body of work. Could we honor him with a memorial? And I was told to my face, we don't have time for this. And that's a story. It's a story about community. It's a story about rejection in a community. It's a story about San Francisco that's supposed to be so like, put some flowers in your hair and love each other. But no, that's not that way anymore, if it ever was. And so I keep running into these storylines, and I just keep writing them down.